Good day traders, and welcome to a new YouTube video on our channel. In this video I want to talk about correlation. In this forex market, guys, everything goes hand in hand, which means if you see something is dropping right now, then on the other hand you can see something going massively to the upside. And this is one of my concepts that I'm using in my trading, and I want to explain it to you in this video. Now guys, before I'm going to go into this video, just make sure to check out my TradingView profile over here, because I'm sharing here every day daily video analysis and daily chart analysis. And yeah guys, let's get it into this video. I posted today this analysis about the DXY, where I was predicting that the price is going to move to the upside, and actually this is what is currently happening. But why is it so important to analyze the DXY? Now guys, we need to understand how this correlation is working, because if the DXY is moving to the upside, like I was predicting right now on TradingView, then we can expect that all the dollar pairs like EURUSD or GBPUSD, they are going to move to the downside. Also, Bitcoin is going to move to the downside, because also Bitcoin is measured in dollar, as you can see, XBTUSD. Or also all these stocks are going to move to the downside if the DXY is gaining power. But all the dollar pairs like USD CAD, they're going to get power, they're going to move to the upside. And also gold, guys, gold is very important, because gold will also make big movements to the downside if the DXY will gain power, okay? Because also gold is measured in dollar, as you can see over here. So this is actually one of my concepts that I'm using, because I need to be prepared. Because if I know the overall trend on the DXY is downtrend, then I will look for buying opportunities on EURUSD, I will look for buy opportunities on GBPUSD, I will look for buying opportunities on Bitcoin or on stocks or on gold. And I will look for short opportunities on USD CAD or on USD JPY or on USD CHF and so on. So this is actually how I'm using the DXY also for my investment, okay? Because I like to invest in stocks, I like to invest in cryptocurrencies if I know that the DXY is going to move to the downside. And this is actually what is happening right now. So let's get into the DXY analysis. If we are going to switch to the monthly, because I always start off with the monthly, okay guys? From a monthly perspective on the DXY, we're moving from this monthly resistance / from this monthly supply zone to the downside, okay? So therefore, my target right now is this level over here and this level over here. So I got two targets from a monthly chart perspective, and from a weekly, guys, what we can see is nice impulsive move to the downside, correction, impulsive, and then we actually did not get any correction. And this was something that I was talking to you in the last video, because this one over here is a falling wedge in a downtrend. And this is something that big players are using in order for them to close their trades. So they are going to attract sellers, okay, by creating this downtrend structure. And this downtrend structure over here, as I can see, is going to manipulate people and traders to jump into shorts, okay? But then they are closing their trades, okay? So they are using your liquidity in this case in order for them to close their trades. And then the dollar index gains again power, then again short, and now again power. And this is going to create the structure that we want to see in order for the DXY to drop down, okay? So we're going to create now this corrective pattern like we already had it over here. So this is something that I want to see in a downtrend. I want to see a rising wedge in a downtrend in order to see a continuation of the trend. But I do not want to see a falling wedge in a downtrend, because this is simply a manipulative movement, okay? And this is why I do expect on the DXY right now a retracement to the down upside, like we can see it right now, okay? The DXY is massively now pumping to the upside. It already, of course, rejected at this resistance, but as you can see, this is the second touch right now. Now we're going to get the third touch, but maybe the third touch right now is going to break it. Then we're going to make a retest, and then boom, continuation to the downside to create this corrective pattern in order to see the DXY dropping then massively to the downside in order to hit our monthly targets, like I already told you. So I want to see the DXY dropping till this support and then to this support. Now guys, how can help us this prediction for gold, for example? Now, gold is right now in this triangle, as you can see. So we do not know right now what kind of direction gold should take, and this is something that we can also view on the monthly chart, because the situation on the monthly chart is this one. We broke previous resistance. After a break of a resistance, you wait for a retest and then a continuation to the upside. This is what you want to see. Now, the thing on gold is actually that we created here those movements to the upside, okay? And this right now here was the last, this was the last impulsive move, okay? With no correction. The only thing that the market has given us was this indecision phase over here. But actually, from a monthly perspective, we do expect some retracement to the downside before a continuation to the upside. So I want to see gold dropping to the downside before we're going to see a movement to the upside. But if we are going to switch to the weekly, on the weekly we already retraced. Okay, so we got here this impulsive move to the upside, then we got this retracement, and then price is right now in this accumulation phase over here, preparing for the next move, and it can go to the upside or it can go to the downside. So both directions are right now possible. The thing is now, if we're going to take our fib level, gold already retraced to the 0.382 and to the 0.5. Now, from a weekly perspective, guys, we can actually expect that the DXY is going to move to the upside because it already retraced. Okay, this impulsive move here already got the retracement that it needed in order to be prepared for the next movement to the upside. But from a monthly perspective, guys, we want to see a deeper retracement. Now, this is the thing. We do not know right now what kind of direction gold is going to take. This is why we're going to switch now to the daily, and here it is perfectly reflected because it is in this triangle pattern over here. And whenever gold or any kind of currency is in a triangle pattern, this means that we do not know what kind of direction we want to take, okay? On the long term, we can definitely say gold is going to jump to the upside, but we don't know if this phase is right now. So if we're going to move from this level over here to continue with the uptrend, or that we're going to retrace first before we're going to continue. Now, how we are going to achieve this trade now? What kind of trading setups do we have? Well, this is right now a very important daily demand level. Let me check on the weekly. Yeah, it is also a weekly level. So weekly level of demand and daily level of demand. Now, the first opportunity is right now that we're going to see a break of this triangle, then a retest of it, and then we're going to see this nice movement to the downside. Then you need to monitorize actually price action over here, or you're going to monitorize price action at this break to see how it will make this break. These are your possibilities right now, but the best thing is actually to wait for the retest and then monitorize price action, and then you enter the nice short trade. But on the other hand, you also got the possibility that the price is going to break this trend line, retesting it, and then it is going to move to the upside, okay? Then you can definitely take some profit at this resistance But yeah, and then we are going to see some retracement again maybe, and then I expect the continuation to the upside. So those are the two possibilities that we got right now on on gold, okay? And the thing is that I do expect on the DXY that it will move to the upside. Therefore, for me, the most probability scenario is actually that we're going to drop down on gold. This is what I see. So I do not expect actually that gold is going to make this first scenario. For me, the second one is the most probability one. Also, because the movement is made from the upside to the downside. So this triangle pattern here can also be seen as a continuation pattern, okay? So that we're going to move to the downside. So for me, I got two confirmations why I see this scenario more probability than this one over here. So this is why I will look for a nice short opportunity on gold rather than on a buying opportunity. But as always, guys, we need to be reactive in this forex market game, and we need to see what kind of confirmations we have before we're going to make any trading decision. But for me right now, this is my trading setup that I'm looking right now. And then if we're going to achieve this level, then I'm going to look for a nice buying opportunity. So I'm very happy if this scenario is going to happen, because then we're going to have a bigger range for a nice gold trading setup to the upside. Now let's have a look on EURUSD. This was the chart that I was sharing with you today on TradingView. I was predicting a nice short setup, so two potential entry points. First one would have been that you are going to take an entry over here to take a nice short, but I want to see right now a break of this daily structure before going to see a continuation to the downside. And the second one would have been that EURUSD is going to move one last time to the upside in order to grab more liquidity from the daily supply zone before we're going to see this short trade. Also on the 4 hours, what we can see is actually this nice supply zone over here, and this could have been a nice entry as well. Okay, this is actually what I see on EURUSD, and now I want to talk about Kryptos. Well, on Bitcoin, the situation is this one. Let me check. Yeah, actually, Bitcoin is in this triangle pattern over here. Okay, we broke out of it. We retested it. Also, I talked to you about the CME futures on Bitcoin, where we had a gap over here, and price came back down to fill in this gap. And then afterwards, we expected a nice move to the upside, which actually happened exactly like it was predicted. And also from a weekly, what we can see is actually an inverted head and shoulders pattern. Okay, so left shoulder, head, right shoulder, then retest right now, boom. So a textbook example of head and shoulders in this case, and I do expect that we're going to hit the ultimate high and that we're going to move even higher. So 30k is actually my target on Bitcoin. This is what I do expect on it, because we need to understand that we broke out of a triangle. So this triangle over here will bring us higher than the previous high, okay, because this is how a triangle works, and very realistic for me is our 40k, okay, 30k. Now what we can see else on the daily is, this is the daily support structure, okay. We had here this accumulation phase over here, then price broke out, making this impulsive move to the downside. What we do expect right now is actually a correction. This correction can, cause a movement to the downside till this daily support now, and then afterwards I do expect the next impulsive move to happen. So definitely for you important, monitorize price action over here, and then for you take along if we're going to get a confirmation over here, and then boom, we're going to explode to the upside on Bitcoin. Now Ethereum, also very interesting right now. I'm going to make also here a full breakdown. If we're going to switch to the monthly, what we can see right now is actually the creation of this W over here. Okay, so the market gave us this nice W formation. After W formation, you expect a retracement of the neckline area, which already happened, and then afterwards you expect the next impulsive move to the upside. And here I got the first target, which is this level over here, and the second target is this level over here on Ethereum from a monthly perspective. Now let's switch to the weekly to see what we got over here. And on the weekly, guys, the situation is this one, that the price already tried to move to the upside, but it went to the downside simply because it wanted to retest this neckline area. Okay, so let me draw the neckline area over here. This is this level over here, and this is how you can see manipulation in the market, because always this is what is happening over and over. The market is moving to the upside, okay, and this is going to illustrate you, okay, you need to jump into this trade because Ethereum is going to explode to the upside. But the thing is, we need to keep in mind that we had this W formation, and this means that we want to see this retest, and this is what was happening. Okay, boom, massively moved to the downside. Now the only thing what is right now not good for Ethereum is that this movement to the downside was so massively aggressive that it was creating here the support resistance structure. So it broke previous support, and right now it is creating impulsive, corrective, and now again impulsive. And then I do expect here a creation of a W or of an accumulation phase, something like this, and then a continuation to the upside. So this area over here is definitely one where you should look for a potential buying opportunity on Ethereum in order to catch this nice trade to the upside, okay, because this is what I want to see. We can also draw here trend lines. Okay, this is the trend channel, so we are right now crashing from the top. Maybe we're going to get one deep test over here at this previous resistance, now turned support. Okay, we already tapped into this level, as you can see, and maybe we're going to get now the next corrective move to the downside before we're going to see the next movement bringing Ethereum to the upside. Okay, so just for you to keep an eye on it. This is what I do see on Ethereum right now. Exactly. So maybe one last push to the downside and then continuation with this uptrend to the upside. This is Ethereum, guys. Now let's have a look on Ripple. Yeah, guys, this was the last analysis that I was sharing on TradingView. And yeah, I was talking about this pattern over here as well as an Ethereum. We got this W formation. We already tapped in this level, and right now I do expect that we're going to get the next nice movements to the upside in order to achieve this level here at $1 and then finally to come to the ultimate high. So everything looks very good for this. Also on the daily, what we can see is, we are in this trend channel. We are doing right now the corrective phase. So we had here this nice impulsive to the upside. Now we got this correction to the downside, and afterwards we do expect that the price is going to hit to move to the upside. And right now also on Ripple, what we can see is correction. Okay, correction. Now movement to the downside, and then boom. This is what I do expect right now. So one last sell-off on Ripple is something that I do expect. We're going to hit the level at 22 cents. This level over here. So I do expect 22.50, something like this. In this level, I want to see one last push to the downside, and then I'm going to take a nice entry for some long trades for Ripple. Okay, so this is what I do expect right now on Ripple. I want to see one last sell-off to the downside and then a continuation to the upside with the trend. And as you can see, you should definitely take an entry at this level, because the market will not give you any kind of retest or something like this. As you can see over here, maybe only a small retest like it happened here, okay, and then it continued to the downside, but actually only blue candles, as you can see, boom, massively to the upside. And this is what I do expect on XRP right now, that it will happen till we're going to hit this level over here, okay. Of course, we got also resistance over here, but this is not a strong one in my eyes. Maybe we're going to go first till this level, then some retracement, and then boom. But actually, I'm going to hold my trade at least till $1 over here in this area. Okay, guys. And yeah, I also want to talk about stocks, because if we are going to see Ripple right now, I do expect right now that the DXY is going to move to the upside, and also the stocks are going to drop down. And this is what happened. As you can see, this was a daily candle on Dow Jones, and this was a daily candle on the DXY. So as you can see, completely correlated everything. And this is why I also use the DXY for my correlation on Dow Jones, okay. Now the situation on Dow Jones is actually, we're in a big uptrend, and we're right now moving also to the downside from this monthly supply zone, testing this previous resistance, now turned support. And the thing is right now, if we are going to respect this area, this is the question, because I see this as a potential returning point, or maybe we're going to move a little bit more to the downside, because this is what I do expect. Because if DXY is going to move to the upside, like I see it, then also Dow Jones will move to the downside, okay. Yeah, so right now, not a clear setup for me right now on Dow Jones, but just I want to show you how they are correlated and how you can use it for your trading decision, okay. So that's it, guys, for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, that you understand how important it is to understand how correlations are working. And yeah, guys, we're going to see the next time with a new video, as always, here on my YouTube channel. Bye bye, guys.